What's up, guys? Good afternoon. Um, Today is day, what is it, 21? Day 21 of the drawing fan art every single day for a year challenge. And I am drawing Balatro. Balatro is a game, I think it's probably the game that I've played the most since starting this challenge. So it's been on my mind a lot. I okay. I'm gonna say this first before I start talking about the art too much. I'm I'm pretty sick. So if you guys hear like just some weird, gurgly type sounds, or like if I cough or something, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm quite sick. Just got back from a trip with Leo. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, so I've been playing this game a lot. I've just had a lot of time to think about what I want to do for this one. And nothing's really been like satisfying to me. So that's why it's been this late into the challenge. Because in my head I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a card for all the like deck building games. I'm gonna do cards. That's a great idea. Um, and then like a background, like in the background. But I don't know. It seemed kind of lame. It seemed kind of, I don't know, kind of boring because it's like there's this game, there's Inscription, I have Slay the Spire on there. I think I have some other card type games on the list. So I was like, okay, it'll be like kind of like a little series within the series, like the deck building, you know, thing. Side note, while it's on screen, I don't know why I drew a face. Actually, I do know why. It's because I wanted to see if the makeup would show up because the face gets obscured by the end of it. And then I just forgot that I was going to do the makeup thing. So it just didn't end up in the final product. So I just drew the face for like no reason. Um, but fuck, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Uh, yeah, so I was like not really sure what I wanted to do for Balatro. But then I've been on a trip for like 2 weeks, like 10 to 15 days, somewhere in between 10 and 15 days. Um, and I was coming back. I had a long trip back by myself. Oh yeah, Leo's also not here. Did I already say that? I'm sorry, guys. Oh no, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I had a lot of time to think, and I've just spent a lot of the time on the drive back thinking about what I'm going to do for these drawings, because this is the first drawing that I did after the new year, like after this series has already started. I've seen like some of the reception. I mean, reception is a strong word for like no views, but it's fine. I forget that like the struggles of like just barely starting a YouTube channel. Like I get really excited when a video hits like 10 views on this channel. With my other channel, it's like if it hits 10 views, I'm like so upset. Like if it doesn't hit like 100 views in the first day, then it's like a bad video on my other channel. But this one, it's like if it's got 10 views in a week, that's awesome. Um, but yeah, so I was drawing it. I was like, okay, well, I kind of like Jimbo. I don't want to draw just Jimbo though. So then I had the idea to draw like him holding up the egg in front of the camera. Cause I was like, okay, I like the cards. I kind of want to reference the other cards somehow. I think what a lot of people end up doing when they're drawing fan art for Balatro is they draw the batter guy, and I think that's very fair. I think that's where my mind kept going too. And then I was like, okay, well, there's also like the guy. There's like the ID, and he seems like kind of like a rough, tough kind of Joker type character. That's pretty cool. There's the legendary Jokers. I was thinking about a lot of things, but then I liked the vibe. I liked that it's kind of like a new perspective. I can practice drawing hands. I just really liked what the egg brought to the table. It's simple. For some reason, like the pose and the composition remind me of like a William Dafoe picture. Like I feel like William Dafoe would draw a little face on an egg and then put the egg up to be his face like that. I feel like it's a very William Dafoe thing. I don't know. It was just like something that I kept thinking about. I think it's because that orange picture. You guys know William Dafoe holds two moldy oranges with a cigarette in his mouth. Iconic photo. Iconic photo. But yeah, so big trip, me and Leo. We did, I've already talked about it on the channel, but we did LA, Death Valley, and Las Vegas. LA was, okay, people say this, driving in LA is like atrocious. It is literally driving on hard mode. Me and Leo were talking on the way in about, I was like, I'm a pretty good driver. And they agreed. They were like, yeah, you're a pretty good driver. I don't remember why we were talking about it, but then I got to LA and I started driving in LA and I was like, I am not a good driver. I don't know what the fuck I was on about. But that place is crazy. It is like intimidating to drive anywhere. And the thing about that city is it's like not built for walking at all. So it's funny that it's like the least walkable place ever and also the least drivable place ever. One of the days we were there, we went to a museum and we tried to go to the I think it's called the observatory. It's like this big thing up on like a hill, like near Hollywood, where you can see all of LA from. Oh, also, we were in LA during the fires. That's another thing. We were pretty close to the fires, but the fires were like going out as we were coming in to the city. So we didn't have to worry about that too much. But it was just crazy. The air quality was terrible. And I literally got sick the day that I took PTO from work. Like the day I'm away from work, I got sick. And I'm still sick to this day. It's the same day I got back. So it's just like, I don't know. My body is like, you can't have fun while you're off of work. You stupid. Yeah. Okay. What was I saying? Something about LA. Yeah, it's undrivable. But we still had fun. Spent some time at Santa Monica. We walked the that boardwalk thing from Venice to Santa Monica. Very fun time. I got heckled for a guy's like CD. The classic. He's like, free CD. I grab it. And then he's like, here, let me sign it for you. What's your name? Here, blah, blah, blah. Oh, where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, can I get a tip? I was like, no, I don't have any money. And then he starts yelling at me, give it back then. I'm like, okay, scary guy. Right now, sorry, I'm going to talk about the art. Drawing the background for Balatro. I think it translates pretty well to my style. I was kind of worried about it at first. I don't think I had anything to be worried about. I think it looks great. I try to capture specifically the way that it looks when you lose. Not for any real reason, just because, just stylistically. That's what I wanted. This isn't supposed to be like him holding up an egg and then being like, you lost, bitch. Just like stylistically, I wanted him to pop out from the background and still have the background be this like a colorful, fun little thing. So I think I did it actually pretty well. But back to the other thing, we also did Universal. Pretty cool. I've been to Disney. It is like a pretty big step down from Disney, but I still had a lot of fun. And I still think that it's like a fun park. I could see people preferring that park over Disney for sure. But Disney is just like this huge, massive, immersive, like crazy thing. Even me, I don't really like Disney stuff. It's hard to like deny Disney's vision with these parks. It's pretty crazy. I always say, like, if they had like a Disney's park but like for anime, I would fucking love that place. So I just like assume that that's how Disney adults feel. I don't know how I ended up talking about Disney when it was starting with Universal. Universal has like 11 rides, so we actually went on every single ride in the park. Also, super short lines. I think it might have been because of the LA fires, or maybe that park's just not like popping. But I don't know. But I'll tell you guys my top rides, okay? The Mummy, I think, is number 3. Top 3 rides, we'll do that. The Mummy. It's about, the movie The Mummy. I think it's an old ride at the park. It's really shitty, but it's like an actual roller coaster, which is uncommon for the park. It's a lot more about like those immersive, flying over California style type things, where it's just like straps you into the thing that shakes you around while you watch a movie, basically. But the Mummy was like an actual on tracks roller coaster that like just jump scares you with, this haunted aesthetic or whatever. I thought it was fun. I liked going really fast, and then it takes you backwards at one point. I really like that part too. Shout out to roller coasters. Number 2 is kind of corny, but it's the studio tour. I just thought it was fun. The person who like narrates it is like in the cart with you, and our person, her name was Dylan. She was so charismatic, so lovely. Really liked it. Really liked looking at all the sets and stuff. They had like the Nope set there. It wasn't filmed in Universal Studios, but it was like donated after the movie or something. So that was pretty cool. And then my favorite was Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park has a ride. It's another one that's on tracks. Legitimately, like, actually immersive, because the movie is about like a theme park. It fits so well. Like you actually feel like you're there. It takes you up, and it's like explaining the whole idea of Jurassic Park, where it's like dinosaurs roam the land and we've captured them to show off what we have. And then it's like, oh, here's the sea creature one, and it's like really dangerous. And then it has like videos of it like running around, and it like eats a shark whole, and you're like, damn, that's a big scary guy. And then he like splashes water on you, and then like breaks the screen later on, starts squirting water everywhere. That's really, really fun and cool. And then like, once the actual containment breach happens, then I don't know if it's just me, but I was like actually kind of on edge. I was like, oh my gosh, we have to be so quiet and so careful. And then like near the end of the park, there's like this one like T-Rex type of thing. It's like swaying over. It like almost doesn't recognize that you're there. And I feel like I was like a statue. I was like, don't freak it out. Don't freak it out. And I'm just like fully locked on to this one dinosaur. And then another dinosaur swings in from the fucking ceiling and jump scares the fuck out of you. And then you just drop. It's like one of those roller coaster, drop type of sequences. You drop down and then you like land in like a pool and you get all splashed, Very fun, very, very cool, fun ride. Universal. Oh, I forgot to say, the thing I was most excited for was the Disney, or the The Mario Kart thing, okay, we're at done. But the Mario Kart thing sucked so fucking bad. It was my least favorite by far. It was not even